Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of that awesome and very funny trailer of Thor Ragnarok that we got from Comic-Con last week during the Marvel panel. It looks like fun. It looks like the best Thor movie to date. You know, I liked the first two just fine, but this one looks the most exciting, the most interesting, and probably the most high stakes because, you know, this is basically Thor trying to stop the apocalypse, the Armageddon that will destroy his world, which appears to be Hela, the goddess of death, played by the lovely Cate Blanchett. We got great glimpses of Loki, of Valkyrie, the female warrior who's like throwing the swords and stuff, of the Grand Master, played by Jeff Goldblum, and of course Mark Ruffalo returning as the fan favorite Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. And it looks like great fun. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing the gladiator fight between Thor and Hulk. I'm looking forward to seeing Loki and Thor work together again, what their relationship will be. Can he honestly trust Loki? Will he ever get to a point where he can fully and completely trust his brother, his own brother? Maybe his adopted brother, but you know, Thor is like one of the few people who hasn't given up on him. I'm curious as to whether or not Loki will have an ulterior motive or if he genuinely wants to save Asgard. Because if you think about it, he is the one who's been ruling Asgard this whole time under the guise of Odin. And if Hela appears and threatens to destroy the very thing he wants to rule, don't you think he'd want to stop it? But not for the right reasons. You know, he'd have his own selfish reasons. But again, like maybe his motives can be trusted in this movie. I don't know. Who can say? It's very hard to tell. But it looks like a very exciting, very fun movie. I think this is going to be a great way to complete Thor's arc in terms of his, 3 movies. And, get him primed and ready for Infinity War, for which I'm also excited for. A little bummed that they didn't reveal the footage for that or Black Panther, but at least we got this awesome trailer for Ragnarok. So it looks like, after duking it out with the Hulk in a few gladiator fights, Thor puts together a team with him, Loki, and Valkyrie, and they set off on a mission to return to Asgard and fight off Hela to stop her from spreading her darkness all over Asgard, possibly the universe, to stop her from destroying and consuming all life as we know it. And, looks like I'm really looking forward to that scene where Hulk fights that giant wolf beast thing, whatever it is. Could be a dire wolf. But, that looks like fun. And then, it feels like a fun cosmic adventure. It had a great Guardians of the Galaxy feel or vibe to it. But, I think, that was on purpose because obviously, the Thor is going to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy when they all meet each other next year's Infinity War, which I'm sure is going to be amazing. But it feels like a fun-filled space adventure type movie. Thor getting ejected from Asgard after losing his hammer. He ends up in the fighting pits. He meets some new characters, and he struggles to get back home. And it also feels like a good buddy comedy between Thor and Hulk. And I'm also curious as to how Hulk can talk now, not in complete sentences, and he refers to himself in the first person by saying, "Yes, Hulk-like fighter too," which was hilarious, by the way. But I'm curious as to why he's a lot more sentient now than he has been on Earth, at least. And also, how the hell did he end up in outer space in the cosmos to begin with? Like, how did Bruce Banner end up there? I'm really intrigued and interested as to learning how that's possible. But like I said, the trailer was awesome. The movie looks great. I believe they're currently doing reshoots, as Marvel always does, and I'm sure it'll give us a fun-filled, exciting movie. And you know what else I'm excited for is that this looks like this is going to be the film where we have seen Thor at his most powerful, because even Hela says, "What are you the god again? What are you the god again of?" or something like that. And you see his eyes lit up like they're filled with lightning, and he's about to shoot lightning out of his body. I mean, he's called the god of thunder, obviously, but he could be, he does look a bit more like the god of lightning, so to speak. But I'm curious curious as to whether or not we will see Thor at his most powerful, his strongest, because this will probably be the most powerful, the most deadly enemy he's ever faced in all of his movies. Maybe deadlier than Loki, definitely deadlier than Ultron, deadlier than the Dark Elves from Thor, the Dark World. I mean, if you're fighting someone who has the name Goddess of Death in her title, you're going to need all the strength you can muster. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see the true extent, the full potential of Thor's powers and abilities, and how, you know, what kind of a match he'll be for Hela. So overall, very much looking forward to it. November is going to be quite a superhero-filled month. Thor Ragnarok comes out this November, November 3rd, just a few weeks before Justice League does. So, you know, like I said, November is going to be quite the month for superhero movies. There's a lot to look forward to. What did you guys think of the trailer? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you get everything you thought you'd get? Were you expecting more? Please leave your thoughts, opinions, and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. As usual, you may disagree with one another. We're all entitled to our own opinions. That's perfectly fine. Just please keep it civil and no hostile internet trolling, please. And excuse me, make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to this channel for more updates and news regarding Thor Ragnarok and all the other upcoming blockbusters that we have to look forward to. Alright, you guys, have a great rest of the night. Again, if I don't see you, hopefully I'll be posting more reaction videos over the weekend. And until next time, may the Force be with you.